I received a call from Honorable Kennedy Agyapong a couple of days ago. And when I answered the call, he told me, Blakk Rasta, I am sorry for making such a move. I have heard you on radio. I have seen videos of you talking about how disappointed you are. That after saying all those things I said during the campaign against Bawumia, I decided to go on a campaign trail with him without courteously coming back to the people to tell them, okay, I said A, B, C, D, E, F about Bawumia, but I've changed my mind about all the things I said because of E, F, G, H, I, J, and K. So he told me that he would like to speak with me. So I met him at his home, in fact, one of his houses. We sat down and had a conversation for about 45 minutes, getting to about an hour. In fact, when I was leaving, he did not even want me to leave because the conversation became so hearty, so beautiful. All Kennedy Agyapong said was that, Blakk Rasta, number one, I am still a member of the NPP. And by our constitution, we all have to support any candidate that the party decides on, whether we like him or not. Once the party has chosen him, we have to toe that line. Yes, I made utterances against him, but as long as I continue to be a member of the NPP, I must abide by every single law that the party has, and joining all of us as party members. He told me I'm not going independent. That is why I still have to be here to campaign. Tomorrow, if I'm also chosen as a running mate, or better still, as a flag bearer of the party, whether people like me or not in the party, they still have to support me. But he told me one other thing that taught me so much. He said, Blakk Rasta, but the people are wise people. We said so many different things. We are not going back on them. The fact that I am campaigning, a lot of people understand that I am doing it because of my party. I might not necessarily like Bawumia. The people go into the ballot box privately and secretively. For that matter, they decide what to do and what not to do. That was what Kennedy Agyapong told me. And when I was leaving, he gave me an envelope and said, Blakk Rasta, make sure that you go and drink good water with this. I said, thank you. This is not the first time Kennedy Agyapong has given me money. When I met him in America, even whilst he was in opposition, in fact, he extended a beautiful hand of thanks to me for the good work we continue doing on the radio. And you know, things like this don't move us when it comes to the truth. The truth is always the truth. And a lot of you know this, right? I asked Kennedy Agyapong, if truly you said all these things about Bawumia, and I know that you won't lie, if those things are all correct, what happens to Ghana? You know what he said? He said, Blakk Rasta, despite all these things, Bawumia is still better than Mahama. Bawumia, the NPP is still better than the NDC. That's what Kennedy Agyapong told me. And I looked at him and I asked him one more question. You said it emphatically that you can't beat Mahama. That's what you said. Do you still stand by that? He laughed.
When your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. Has it changed? If $1 to 4 cedis, what's the fundamentals are weak, and $4 to 12 cedis, what's the fundamentals in your week?
I must say a code of matter. They are not all your boy MPP.
Oh, yeah, boy, and then a cobonia. I also can't many people who say, Sadia way, and a bit me lose.
I must say Kennedy is campaigning for the opposition and DC.
Not opposition for Montigana. Opposition for Tigana. I was referring to Bawumia. You can't beat Mahama. You can't beat Mahama. You can't beat Mahama.
You can't beat Mahama. You can't beat Mahama. Does he stand by that? Or that is why he is now campaigning for Bawumia to be able to beat Mahama. My brother, my sister, when it comes to conversations like this, we want to put Ghana first. Bawumia is such a weakling. Bawumia is such a traitor. And anybody who supports Bawumia is a traitor, including Kennedy Agyapong. How can you say that somebody is a devil? Somebody is the cause of a broken down economy through which a lot of people died painful deaths. Therefore, that person is Satan. And then you turn back and say, for party principles, I support Satan. Satan remains Satan, party or no party. If I were Kennedy, I would leave the party. On principle, that would have made Kennedy Agyapong a bigger man. It would have made Kennedy Agyapong a bigger man. Because when Kennedy speaks, a lot of Ghanaians, if I'm not mistaken, 90% of Ghanaians believe that this man doesn't lie. And when he speaks, they see it like the gospel. It's good he apologized. It's good he talked to Ghanaians and said, forgive me, but I do not buy the idea of because it's party, we have to follow the devil who sang the economy. After all, this devil is better than the other devil. A devil is a devil. No devil is better than any devil. All devils are devils. It's a shame. Bawumia, if you put Satan on my left and put Bawumia on my right, I will hack Satan. I have seen the atrocities, the lies, the economic indiscipline. I have seen the arrogance. I have seen how these people are thinking about spreading money to buy people because people are cheap. As for the Attorney General, you are a disgrace to this nation. The Chief Justice, you are a joker.
You see, everybody has an interest. Now, politicians here, so many interest. That is why I don't understand how Moody Kennedy Agyapong at him no. Moody not him said it. And Kennedy Agyapong, yeah, didn't identity. For Christ's sake, he has 23 children. Our mama come 23. Nonsense. That is also not to say, Moody right to criticize him. You have a right to criticize him. But he also has a right to change his mind. He has a right to support whoever. He has a right to go back. Just say, well, I'm not going to enjoy MPP. Only Palo has his interest. And that's what I'm saying. Say, and then I can make just about from a prophetess. I told you, say, the kind of business interest Kennedy Agyapong has. Kennedy Agyapong will not leave MPP. And I'm going to be no. Mami bi oti a first saying UK also when you buy polo so the only number one would be matem because you people don't understand Kennedy Agyapong. You don't even know him. You don't know him like some of us. You do not even know him. Like Melo Kadnakwachi, you don't even know him. Okutam Kolama Akumaku 23. We're building a business empire. They won't play with their business interests. Kennedy Agyapong no first he was an American before he became a Ghanaian. How denouncing the citizenship to do politics. When you have to slogan and say they have permanent interests, not permanent friends. Sinya wana abekire Kennedy Agyapong to di meko na nimakum. Nema 23. Mo small boys na girls ya. Atopapra mo mu bi da. Mo bekire Kennedy Agyapong yansa. Say until MPP na wonko. Na mo kan say political party tie easy. Mo kan say sorry ya ni even Alan Chairman kwa. How many of you are supporting Alan Chairman? How many of you? Mo ya amamu 200 Ghana cedis amamu wi ya. Mo nko support it. So ye humo na mo jiwi. I say no, ye humo na mo jiwi. We need we for vote. You these people are the same people criticizing Kennedy Agyapong. Are you serious?
In fact, I was on the show that King Paluta spoke, and I intended to speak with him after the program was over. Unfortunately, he was taken ill and he left. I do not know if I should still say this or I should try and get in contact with his manager and speak to him privately. But for the love I have for the man who said he's been an underground artist for 17 solid years, I'm going to keep a big chunk of what I'm going to say to myself and get in contact with the manager. I truly love him. I truly love him. Now, things like this can crush a man's career. To say that the vice president is the vice president of the country, therefore you decided to go because he's a big man and therefore he represents the nation. Did you also look at the other side that he is campaigning? And for that matter, he is a political flag-bearing candidate who is looking for votes. Did you ask yourself, all 17 years that you've been underground, did he ever look for you? You probably were not even known to him in his wildest dreams. So you must understand that there's a reason he's inviting you now. Because you've made a hit. A song that is touted as the biggest in Ghana. Therefore, Be careful where you go. My brother, I saw comments after the performance of King Paluta on social media. They are not palatable comments. It hurts me that being underground for 17 years, you will throw away the hard work just like that because of some lying candidate. Do you know how many meetings I have been invited to and I didn't? How many high-profile political meetings? Some of them were even supposed to be behind doors. I didn't go. You could be recorded. Anybody could see it. Be even true to yourself. My brother, I heard King Paluta say, if Mahama invites him, he would also go. Eish. The good thing is that, or the bad thing is that, depending on how you see it, once you have been seen to relate to one political candidate, the other candidate will never invite you. You have taken sides already. My dear brother, King Paluta, as I said, I'm going to keep the big chunk to myself. Your career is still at stake and intact. If I were you, you know what I'll be doing? How do you say that it was coincidence? You were invited. You were on your way to meeting him. And then the vice president was then. How did it become a coincidence? You were on your way to meeting him. And then you met him. I respect your 17 years underground. And I want you to continue being there because I think you are very conscious. And I think that you are somebody that I would like to support. In fact, I believe it was somebody else. Look at how the careers of a lot of these guys ended because of some of these political endorsements. Unless you probably are Shatawale, you may have to stand well. Shatawale is probably the only artist who has been on the platform singing for Mahama and still relevant. A lot of the other people, they have gone down the drain. It's not by magic. The people are so emotionally charged. Paluta, when you visit a political candidate, you are directly or indirectly endorsing him. Your fans are going to follow up. That is why we are told that people who are so famous and in the creative industry are not allowed to promote certain products. Can you imagine Shatawale coming out and saying, let's go, all SM, let's go and attack Nana Akufo-Addo? Do you know how many people will come out? It will be worse than Al-Qaeda.
Political marketing is done everywhere across the world. 18 nobody or money goes here, a King Paluta small boy, and so no cry, Uncle Fong. I just Ghana for see, excuse my French, may you so wear the Bibamo French because I can't find a better way to use. In Crassam no mama yenyai, in Crassam no mama yenyai, a young Crassam. So bad attacking King Paluta. Number one, or your Ghanaian. Number two, he has a right. Which Ghana constitution the amo be or your Ghanaian say. As long as we are Ghanaian, 18 years and above, and no sign my to me to abba. And therefore, to me to abba, you have a right of association. Constitution can clear. Or say freedom of association to me drum a quobia. I'm over the King Paluta at him. Just a mouse. But that is very for want of another better word. King Paluta all right to join whoever he wants to join. Nasi, me bra Nasi na poku. Tamani, also my young media right. Everybody has a right. Now, politics they for a choice that you have. So who could be you? Obi will be a problem. Because the moment I need a celebrity, now you'll be a word Nika can say, Suron Amu, say the panel for Castle, say, and that's what being saying one. And Nippon conformers of what to make a pana, Shatawa in stone boy, almost supporting the Amudio Matem. Call UK musicians, almost supporting conservatives and now Republicans. Mummy and Yassam Crass a seminal, Napatagana for